And then another international organization is represented in our webinar. The organization is the European Council of Civil Engineers. The president, Mr. Andreas Brandner, he's a civil engineer, graduated from the University of Innsbruck, Faculty of Civil Engineering and Architecture, and he's president for the next years till 2024. He has been actively involved in many engineering bodies, both national and international. Mr. President, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Leona. Kalispera, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. I would like to start by apologizing for addressing you in English. Unfortunately, I do not speak Greek. I thank the Technical Chamber of Greece to give me the opportunity to address a few words at the beginning of the following webinar. As you are probably aware, ECCE has already focused on the issue of building safety in 2020 through the 3S initiative, after the EU initiatives regarding thermal refurbishment lacked a holistic view and the safety of buildings was not covered in that initiative. We have set ourselves the goal of positioning the safety of buildings with regard to earthquake effects and other natural hazards at the forefront of renovation projects. And the devastating earthquakes in Turkey and Syria in February 2023 made the necessity of its initiative obvious, and it's necessary to draw the right conclusions from your investigation and the research into the causes and then to implement them. In Turkey, as in all European countries, the Eurocodes are used for the design of structures and form a good basis for safe design and construction of structures. The EN 1990 specifies principles and requirements for the structural safety, serviceability, and durability of structures, describes the basic principles of structural design, including the verifications, and gives guidance on the reliability requirements to be applied. But to get this, corresponding assumptions apply for this. The selection of the load-bearing system, the structural design are carried out by appropriately qualified and experienced persons. The construction work is carried out by trained and experienced personnel. Proper supervision and quality control during design and construction, for instance, in factories, production facilities, and on-site are ensured. Building materials and products are used in accordance with the specifications in EN 1990 or EN 1991 to EN 99, or relevant design standards, material or product standards. The structure is properly maintained, and the structure is used in accordance with the design assumptions. The classifications of structures into damage sequences, classes CC1 to CC3, information on the reliability index and necessary monitoring measures can also be found there. With consistent adherence to this applicable set of standards, planning, execution, and monitoring, I'm sure the earthquakes would not have had these devastating consequences. So the mosaic stones for a safe, sound, and then sustainable buildings are, without wanting to rank them in order of importance, education and training. School, colleges, and universities are needed here. Colleges and universities are in demand to educate qualified engineers with a high standard. It doesn't make sense to level down the education to get more students. Permanent training is necessary for all civil engineers to be up to date. Then, independent qualified engineers for design and supervision with a high ethical standard for their work. Perhaps this is a point which can be covered by chambers of engineers. And then, very necessary, politicians who listen to experts and create the appropriate legal conditions for implementation. And after such events like in Turkey, an independent judiciary that punishes violations with appropriate severity. I am sure that today's event will bring us a step closer to the goal of planning, executing, and maintaining safe, sound, and sustainable buildings. And I wish you every success. Thank you very much.